Minerva makers. Today I'm here to show you the use of another tool, and today's tool is a darning mushroom. If you're getting into repairing your clothes, which is really on trend at the moment and really great for the environment, then you might find that a darning mushroom is really useful because it holds everything in place while you do your repair or your little area of darning. I've got one from Hemline here. I'm going to show you how to use it, and I'll show you a few techniques for repairing. I've got a plastic hemline darning mushroom, but you might have a wooden one or an antique one, a vintage one that already has the stem attached to the top of the mushroom. Let's put this one together. You can use inside here to store needles, so they can be inside so that you've always got your best darning needle with your darning mushroom. You match the gaps up with the little square notches and then twist. The next feature of this particular mushroom is it's got a rubber ring on, and there's a little gap around so that you can get your thumb to take it off. That means you can put a piece of fabric over the darning mushroom or something more delicate than a woolly item and put the rubber ring on top. It holds that fabric in place. You've got a really nice surface to work on, and it's really good if you want to just work in a small area where you couldn't put a whole embroidery hoop. You can take it off and keep the ring in place so that it doesn't get lost. Today's video is a tool video, so I'm not going to go through the ins and outs of darning. You can find lots of those videos on YouTube, but I do have a really beautiful sock that I knit. I have a pair of these, and they're my sort of boot socks, welly socks. And I was wondering what I was going to show for the darning mushroom, but I did notice that I had a hole in the bottom of my sock. So the darning mushroom is ideal for making a working area to sort that little problem out. I find if I use the ring on woolly items or knitted items, it just stretches everything out of shape a little bit. So I'm going to use this ring in a different way. I don't want to overstretch this hole and make it any worse. I find that I use the rubber ring better if I just put it lower down and it just holds the sock in position, and I can still stand up the mushroom so that I've got two hands free. I've got 4 live stitches at the bottom and 4 live stitches at the top, and I'm going to work these rows here by putting a thread going across and then pulling up the stitches to create the new rows. This is a technique that I learned from Alexandra Brink. You can find her tutorials on YouTube if you want to specifically find out how to do this. I'm just really showing you how the mushroom works. It stands up free, so I can use both of my hands and work the wool. I'm putting horizontal strips across, making sure that my stitches bury inside the knitted area. So I've got some horizontal strands there and some spare fabric for pulling up the new stitches, end here and an end here. We're going to use those horizontals to pull up new rows of knitting. I'm using a crochet hook, and I'm picking up those horizontal strands and knitting them vertically to create new rows of knitting. This isn't darning, of course, this is knitting, but if you want to do darning, it's pretty similar. So you put some horizontal rows of wool in, and then you would use your needle to fill that in by going over and under the horizontal rows to create a weave. You keep putting in the vertical rows, that's why you had that spare wool at the end, and you fill in the whole area. You'll need to use the spare thread at the top to keep catching your stitches and join them on to the next row. It's a great way to repair a sock but have two hands free when you're doing something that's quite intricate. A Again, not a sewing tutorial, but you might want to reinforce a particular area, so say on the elbows of your jumpers that you make. So this is a sweater knit fabric from Minerva. It really is made as if hand knitted. So you can do crisscross shapes going over and under, reinforcing a particular area that might get more wear. You can also do this decoratively so that you get different check shapes, and you can use different coloured yarns, or you could use a close match. Because of the rubber ring, you don't get sort of grip fatigue in your left hand from sort of holding it tight. You can actually use it just to steady where you're working or move it around in different directions. Because this one has a shiny top that's made of plastic, then you can really pick up the stitches easily because your needle just slides off the plastic below. You can create different patterns. You can have all the stitches going over the top. You can have it going in the opposite way. What it does is it adds more fabric to that area, so it makes it stronger, and it also stabilizes the fabric. So in that area now, this bit is very stretchy, but this bit is stable. If you've got a spot repair on a woven fabric, then it also works really well because you can get to a small area. So if you had a little hole in a blouse, you could add some embroidery. There are some videos on embroidery stitches on our YouTube channel. If you put in embroidery stitches, they will pop up. I think they're in 3 parts, depending on their difficulty. But the darning mushroom means that you can hold your work steady, and if you need to, you can hold it quite close if you need your work to be close to your eyes and hands. Because this mushroom isn't flat on the bottom, because it's got that gap in there, you can actually put your fingers in here if you want to manipulate the fabric further. The only thing you'll need to do if you use one of these mushrooms is you need to take it off to tie your ends off, but it doesn't scrunch up the fabric. It keeps it really taut so you don't get any stitches that pull up a pucker. You can work on quite delicate small areas. You can take it back apart when you've finished if you find it easier to store in 2 separate pieces. And remember, you can put your needles inside. I keep mine in a tin, which I keep my repair patches and some special threads that I like to use. And it stays where I know where to find it. I hope today's video has inspired you to maybe have a go at some repairs yourself, or if you've already got a darning mushroom, get it out and have a little bit of meditative sewing time where you can just do a repair on something and make it last a little bit longer. We would love to see you over on the Minerva YouTube channel, where there's loads of sewing content, lots of different playlists to explore there. There is a learn to sew one, a pattern drafting one, endless sew alongs, so many on there now, and some great videos for pattern pairing and latest release fabric chit chat. You can also make your own account over on Minerva's website, where you can upload your own photographs, descriptions and projects. It's a great place to be inspired by other Minerva makers. Thank you very much for watching, and do come back for more Learn to Sew videos.